get certain fighters or certain people that they're just there to fight. They'll fight anybody. They'll fight anything that's put in front of them. Whereas I prefer having a path, so I know where I'm going. I'm not just going to fight that guy for Edinburgh.
You want your fights to mean something.
Aye, and I want, for every fight I want it to mean something else next, so it's all the time going to something bigger every time.
So have you got a target, have you got something that you're focusing on, is somewhere you want to be, or are you just going to take it fight by fight, focus on a bigger fight each time, and take it fight to fight, or is there, a target, is there a stage you want to fight on?
I'd say my goals have maybe changed a wee bit for previous. So I mean, like when I was doing the Fighters Reality Series, so obviously my goals have changed a wee bit. Whereas I'd say my main end goal now is to be world champion. That's my main end goal. Before, my main goal was to do this full time, and I wanted to commit to this and living for this. They've changed now. My goals have changed. Because obviously I work a good job now, which is, again, another reason how I had to take a lot of time out, because the shifts and stuff like that I was working, and the money I was making was a lot more than what I was making fighting, so I had to kind of sacrifice that to earn that and reward that, do you know what I mean? But there's always a plan. We always do have a plan.
Again, this is the sacrifices that people don't see. A lot of people see fighters. They see fighters appearing on the stage. They see fighters appearing on Facebook videos and things like that. But they don't understand the stuff that fighters give up. The stuff that fighters have to sacrifice. And a lot of fighters, I know a lot of fighters that do have very, very good jobs. And the job doesn't afford them the time off to run an 8-week fight camp. It doesn't afford them the time off to recover from broken bones and smashed eye sockets and stuff like that after a fight. And that must be very difficult. It must be very difficult to juggle that.
That's the thing where I say it's kind of risk and rewards. I mean, sometimes you get a job where it allows for you to fight. It accommodates it very easily, but then you get other times where you get a job that doesn't accommodate for it. For example, last year I was working a job and I was working through the Scythe. I was working on the aircraft carriers through the Scythe, so I was working night shift and I was working like 12-hour shifts as well, so the time you're travelling there and back, you've got no time at all for even a social life, never mind training and whatever else, you know what I mean? So you sacrifice it that way, but the job that I've got to do is accommodating, because it's in Govan, so I can train before work, I can train after work. Do you know what I mean? So it accommodates it.
Yep.
And as well, obviously now I'm self-employed. If I don't work, then I don't get paid. So if I smash my shin bone or I break an arm or something like that, then I don't get paid. That's my choice to do that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm happy with that, and it's pretty ideal for me.
And hopefully it carries on like that as well. One of the things I did want to ask about, and we sort of touched on it a wee bit there as well earlier on, Andy Miller, the success of Andy Miller and the success of Scottish fighters in Thailand at the moment, fighting Craig
Dixon, big final, aye.
In the final of the MX series. Is that what about that? Is that something you would like to get involved in with the 4-ounce gloves? Is that something you would like to try, do you think?
Is that kicked off in here? Does somebody do that in Scotland?
I know on top. On top are trying it with Cap Payton.
Jenny Ross.
At the next On Top show, which is this Saturday. Coming. Another show that I'm doing. I think that's the only Thai fight they've got. I think they were trying to get more, but that's the only Thai fight they've got. But it will be A-class with 4-ounce gloves.
I'll try anything.
Yeah.
I would try anything. But it's quite big as well. John Wayne Pars, what does he call it? Cage Mauy Thai?
Cage Mauy Thai.
He done it now. Obviously, he was on Ireland before as well. I think Ireland done a show there as well. So it is getting a lot more popular. And the fact that how popular that Max tournament is getting, and the fact that it's Andy and Craig in it, so it's only going to make it bigger in Scotland. You know what I mean? Two of them the finals.
To me, it kind of makes sense. Not even so much the sort of lightness of the gloves, but the dexterity that the gloves give you. In the clinch, especially. It lets you. It really must let you get the the clinch really well.
But again, I think that comes back to a lot of people will look at it and say, "Oh, well, that's not really Thai boxing anymore." If you're fighting with MMA gloves on, do you know what I mean? They'll just say it's the MMA standing up. Do you know what I mean? It's no Thai boxing anymore. But sometimes you need to go to times. It's 2017. Do you know what I mean? People are trying different things. But at the end of the day, that MX tournament's in Thailand, and I don't know the name of the guy that's running it, but he's quite big. He's like one of the main players in Thailand. I don't know his name. But if they're doing it there, then why would you not try it elsewhere? Do you know what I mean?
It's it's one of the things we're sort of learning over here as well. In order to make things work, in order to make the superstars, or to let people see the superstars that we do actually have, because most often at the moment are hidden under the surface. We don't realise the talent we've actually got in Scotland. But you need to try different things. You need to try things like this. You need to try things like Mauy Thai with 4-ounce gloves on, fighting in a cage, whatever it is. And it's all about getting the bums on the seats. It's all about getting people through the door, isn't it?
And it's once you get bums on the seats, then it's main exposure for everybody. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of simple math. If you get more bums on the seats, if you can pack out an arena with 1,200 people, then it's more money for everybody. It's more money for the fighters, it's more money for the promoter, it's everybody goes up. But sometimes
brings sponsorship in, it brings advertising in, it brings more money in to the whole scene, which is what the scene needs at the end of the day. Because personally, I don't think you guys get paid half as much as you should be. I think there should be a lot more money out there available for you. The industry, as it stands at the moment, will support it. But it's up to people like me to bring that in. It's up to people like me to show the advertisers and sponsors what's out there, so that they can come along and get interested in it and help us grow.
It's just I'm a big believer in trying new things.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is, if it's even the slightest chance of making something down the line, making something bigger down the line, then why would you not want to at least try it? Do you know what I mean? You've nothing ventured, nothing gained. So I think that's a setback. It's in the Scottish scene, maybe the British scene. I don't know. Sometimes it's a natural human reaction. You know what I mean? You don't want to try something. You don't want to venture into the unknown because it scares people.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that is what it is. Do you know what I mean? It's going to. If you don't go, you'll never know.
Somebody that has supported you for quite a while now, Cad Ahmed at Musselbound. Is Cad on board for you this time as well? Is he?
I think Cad will always be on board for me. I wouldn't say I'm not a sponsor of me now, but Cad, I don't see Cad as a sponsor. Cad's made a good friend of mine now.
It just helps out.
Through the years, you know what I mean? We've when was that? Well, new Cad since I was like 17, but then obviously we've done the sponsorship. But now, like for example, last week, me, Cad and Chris Shaw, we were out at Fernando's, and we go Fernando's and that a lot, and we kind of do different things. So Cad's made a friend now, so even if he was to offer me, I wouldn't take the sponsorship because he's my friend now. Do you know what I mean? It's no.
The support Cad has given you over your
it's unbelievable. It's
you and others.
Even to this day, like sometimes I'll go in and he'll say, "Oh, do you need anything? Do you need anything off me?" Like when I was in seeing him there, I went and let him know I was going back fighting. Was that anything you need? Just let me know. Cad helps everybody, and he goes above and beyond to help everybody, which is what you want. I mean, that's what you want to have local to you. Do you know what I mean? So.
Is there anybody out there that you want to say thanks to? Anybody there you want to say, you want to mention in particular? Coaching staff, sponsors, anything like that?
In general, just to say thanks to them when you got the opportunity to. Vinny Williams, aye. Vinny talked with Cad going above and beyond. Vinny went a lot of stuff. Vinny done in regards to shows, in regards to promoting stuff like that. Everything was based around me. So when Vinny did his gym, and I wasn't quite at the A class level yet. Vinny promoted shows that were amateur and pro-am, and I was 9 times out of 10 I was headlining them. So then when I was ready to move into the A class, then Vinny moved into the A class as well. So everything basically that we done, and it's down to Vinny as well, how I'm comfortable in front of a camera, how I know it's a kind of joke, but like the whole $1 million thing came about as well, because at the end of the day it was Vinny that started dishing out pussies about dishing out money like that. Do you know what I mean? And I was always
maybe not quite $1 million. But
I was always there. So if it wasn't for Vinny, I don't think I'd be sat here. I don't think I would have stayed in Thai boxing as long as I did. So definitely Vinny.
So a lot of people don't understand that about Vinny. You look for the angle for Vinny. You look to see what's in it for Vinny. You know where Vinny's trying to get to. But having worked with Vinny in the past, and quite possibly I might not be sitting here either today if it wasn't for Vinny getting me in. Getting me in with the Fighters Reality Series and really sort of pushing my side out on with that as well. So I would like to say thanks to Vinny. But a lot of people look at Vinny and think, you know, what's the angle for Vinny, what's in it for Vinny? But in actual fact, that isn't the angle for Vinny. The angle for Vinny is what's in it for everybody else.
I don't think there was never much in it for Vinny.
No, he always pushed the fight, he always pushed, and he always does, you know, and I don't think he's doing much in the game at the moment, but, you know, he always pushes for the fighter.
I was, when we were doing the Fighters Reality Series, and I was training in Vinny's gym, I was with Vinny most days of the week, so I knew Vinny, whereas other people knew Vinny Williams, who promoted DSU and done Fighters Reality Series, they only seen that. Vinny didn't gain anything. Vinny was just all about fighters and making sure the fighters got what they wanted and try to build the exposure that we were getting and trying to actually create something, which is probably how I'm in the frame of mind where I say I'll try anything, because I've learned that from Vinny.
You always hear the phrase, it's time somebody thought out the box. I don't think Vinny was ever in the box.
No, never.
Vinny was the interesting, was in the box.
I don't know how many things I actually had to say to like, Vinny would always say, oh, wait, think about this, and I was just to go, oh my god, what have you got now?
I can show you some of the message conversations, honestly.
But that's...
You can imagine.
But then when you look at it, if you remember, when Vinny done his pro-am shows, nobody else done it, or even kind of... It took people a while to buy into it, and now there was I don't know if it was a show there, or maybe it's MTB, there's fights, full Thai rails with elbow pads on. Do you know what I mean? So it's... I did a show in Grangemouth 2 weeks ago, all the Thai, there was 3 Thai fights, 2 Thai fights, 3 Thai fights, all full Thai rules with elbow pads and shirries, and that's the way they're going. They're in with WKA now, and that's the rules for WKA. WKA is full Thai rules in Thai, even at junior level, and that's the way they're going, so it's full Thai rules with them all the way through. For me, it makes more sense. It makes sense in the development of the fighting, especially because they're learning the techniques with the weapons they've got, and they're allowed to use the weapons they're learning with. You know, you see it at juniors all the time where they try spinning kicks and, you know, spinning back fists and things like that, stuff that they shouldn't be throwing. But that's the stuff for training. Sometimes you'll see people throwing elbows and you think you are nowhere even remotely close enough to throw an elbow there. It's just an experience, but it's because it's new. They go, I'm not to throw an elbow now, yes, or I'm not to throw a high kick, or benefits everybody, I think, in my opinion.
It does, it definitely does. Well, thank you very much for joining us on CSTV. I look forward to interviewing you again this next time in the gym, and to introducing you in December as well.
Good to be back, Stuart.
It's really good to have you back, mate. You take care.
Hey, mate.
So that's us, Stuart Allan here in Nielsen for CSTV with JR Morrison. We'll see you back here next month, hopefully. If not, we'll certainly see you at ringside on the 2nd of December at MTB Winter War. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.